me make sure it went through, y'all. I was having some trouble this morning. There we go. Now it's going. Trying to think if I'm gonna only need two of these, or if I want 3. I might only need 2, y'all. Yeah. That's right. So y'all, this greenery, we are gonna make a Christmas grapevine wreath, really quick, simple, easy. And the reason for that, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, is I have a call-in for the dentist, so I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss their call back. Okay, but I still wanted to make sure I went live today. But this greenery is usually found at Hobby Lobby. It's one of the one of the ones I feel gets overlooked because they're like, that's just a Christmas tree branch. It really basically is. But this is one of my favorite greeneries. I use this in centerpieces. I use this in arrangements. Cut it up. I use it in grapevine wreaths. So y'all, I really love this greenery. This one is found at Hobby Lobby, and it's probably one of my favorites that they carry. Good morning, y'all. I'm not even looking at y'all right side up. Oops, there we go. So I'm just going to zip tie those together, leaving a space for my bow. Because this is really like our base of greenery. I'm going to give this just a little bit of a bend. And now, all I need to do is zip tie this to the grapevine. Y'all, so again, another no glue project so far. We will end up gluing some of the stuff in there though. So it's not going to be entirely no glue, but... So we've got our 2 pieces in. I didn't know if I wanted to use 2 or 3. But that's what we have so far, y'all. Okay, so let's make our bow. And we're just going to go with traditional red, y'all. If you have the red faux burlap, that works just as great. If you have a red velvet that's got the lining on the back, that also works great. Y'all, a lot of people love traditional. So that the red velvet bow really is traditional. So we've got our ribbon. Y'all, and this is what's left off of a 50-yard roll of that faux burlap ribbon. So you can tell I've used it a lot. I probably used it in every 4th of July design that I did. Every Valentine's Day design. I used it in a lot of designs. So we're making 2 10-inch loops. I measure out the 10 inches of length of ribbon. So this is really 2 5-inch loops. 2 5-inch loops. And we're going going to go ahead and we're going to go up to 4 5.5-inch loops. So 11 inches. Okay, now we're going to move up to 2 6-inch loops. So that means we're going to measure 12 inches of ribbon. And I want my bow like nice and airy. So I really want to use whatever I have left of this. So it's going to be a little bit bigger than what we're used to. And then we're going to go up to 13-inch length of ribbon. So that's going to be a 6.5-inch loop. And we're going to do 4 of those. Yo, I always, when I do like my craft show, I always have, while I still do like some of the fun whimsical stuff, I do try and make sure that I have some traditional stuff, because a lot of customers love their traditional Christmas. Let's see, we only have this much left, so I wonder if we can do the last 2 loops. Yes, we sure can. So I just did 2 14-inch loops. So that means 2 7-inch loops. So we went 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, and then 7. Really pretty traditional red. You can't go wrong with that, y'all. Look how pretty that looks. So like I said, I wanted this a little bit more nice and airy, not so tight. And to be honest with you, I really like the way this looks. Fluff out all those tails and loops. Look how pretty that bow looks, y'all. Okay, so we're going to bring back our greenery and our grapevine. I did use a 14-inch grapevine. I wasn't sure if I said that. 14 and 16-inch grapevines are kind of my go-to. The 18-inch just really make a really big wreath now for me. So we added in that greenery, and now I need to fluff out my bow around it. Like I said, traditional is one of those that a lot of people really, really like. They love a traditional Christmas wreath. So now I'm going to get my ribbon and just using some of my pine branches on that. Just make that little bubble, roller coaster, whatever you want to call it. And tying that in. Give that a nice little snip there. But y'all, look how pretty this looks, just like that with that red bow. So now I'm going to take it up a notch, and I'm going to use some leftovers from yesterday's live on Deco on Facebook page, and we're going to bring in some of the snowy pine, cedar, pine, whatever it is. It's something flocked. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Go perfect. Okay. And y'all know normally I'm someone that likes to use the whole stem, but sometimes for projects like this, I don't need to use the whole stem as one whole component. I can cut it up. So just adding in this greenery. Like I said, so the first part was kind of like a no glue part, and then this part is where we have to actually use glue. So kind of right back behind that bow, just to tie that in just a little bit. Now y'all, if you wanted to, you could definitely add, this is a really nice base already. You could add some poinsettias, you could add some berries. I'm going to add some glitz and glamour here with my honey locust branch. Y'all, if you've never used the honey locust branch, I highly recommend y'all look up honey locust, glittered honey locust stem, and I use it in everything, y'all, when it comes to Christmas. So we're gonna bring in that red. And this one, hopefully I can take apart individually. That's okay. 2. Okay, so I cut this one up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 6 stems in it, y'all. So I'm gonna start at the bottom. Bring in the 1. 2. And 3. Y'all just adding that little bit of glitter. I know not everyone likes glitter, but I know I love glitter. One. 2. And then our last one is number 3. Right back up here at the top. Okay, so y'all, look how pretty that looks. We added in that red one. Now we're going to add in a green one. And we're going to do the same thing, y'all. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to cut it up into some smaller pieces. So we have some traditional red and green going on. So for me, traditional is definitely red, green, and gold. But I know for some people, traditional is red and white, or just red and gold, or just red and green. So there's different forms of traditional. For me, traditional is red, green, and gold. That's also something that you'll see in stores. There's always a traditional section. Okay. So now you could definitely stop there, y'all. Look how pretty that looks. Like, we just broke up that honey locust, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the gold in there as well. Just traditional red, green, and gold. If you wanted to, you could definitely add some ornaments. You can always add a sign off to the side. I personally love seeing some of the grapevine. So we're gonna go ahead and trim this one up too into 6 pieces. And now we're gonna add in the gold. So I do know that Deco does not carry the honey locust, but I'm sure if you type in honey locust Christmas brand or something like that in a search, I think it'll come up that way. And I think adding that flocked spray really took it to another level. It's just that little touch of Christmas, that pine, that I think it's a pine or it's a cedar. I think it's a pine. Okay, fluff out our bow. And cut a piece off of that. And this is just something I like to do. Tie in that greenery throughout my bow. Just so it all looks complete. And we are done. We used 2 stems from Hobby Lobby, and then a 14-inch grapevine, and 3 honey locust stems. Y'all, you can really dress this up, or you can really dress it down. Whatever you want to do. But y'all, look how pretty that wreath looks. Traditional colors, red, green, and gold. You can't go wrong with it, y'all. I think it actually came out really, really pretty. Okay. Just really quick. All we did was we zip tied those 2 pine branches in. We made our bow. We started off with our 5-inch loops, our 5-inch loops, 2 5-inch loops, 4 5.5-inch, a 6-inch, 4 6.5-inch, and then a 7-inch. Okay. You know, really traditional Christmas. You can't go wrong. And like I said, you can also add some signs. I would personally try and find one that looks like this, like a door tag. But yeah, look how cute that would look right there if you had one that was traditional Christmas colors. Okay. But y'all, that's really all I have for y'all. Something quick, easy. I know y'all can do it. If I can do it, y'all can do it. Once again, we are live here on YouTube at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, Tuesday through Friday, unless something happens. Next week, I will only be live here on YouTube on Tuesday. After that, I'm leaving out of town for the rest of the week. But y'all, you guys can also catch me later today at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, unless the dentist calls me today. Unless the dentist calls me, then you should be able to see me at 2 on the DecoExchange Facebook page. Okay? But y'all, for now, this is really all I have for y'all. I hope y'all have a good rest of the day.